Okay, so this is somewhat taken from the 4 Hour Work Week, but it's applied to your to do list and how to get stuff actually done. And for me, I went through this weekend my to do list because I just have a Google Doc. I put it all on. It was 30 pages long, and I decided that's that's just unacceptable. I'm going to try 80/20 this and get it down to like what I actually want to do. And the first step to actually being able to do that is define. So I define what my goal was, and my goal is scaling the revenue for my supplement company that I'm running right now with my brother. So money. Another way to figure out what you want to define is what one thing could you get done that would help you with everything else. And for the majority of people, that's money. The more money you make, the more you can hire out the undesirable work that you have to do to others. If you make enough money, you don't have to repair your own car. You can pay someone else to do that. And you have this balance there. So for me, I defined my goal, and you really need to set an intent for this because you're going to be referring back to your definition or your intent the whole process. And then the next step is the hard one. It's eliminate. So eliminate. There's a 50% chance that's spelled wrong. So for me, I had to go through every single item on my to-do list and ask myself, does this give me my goal? Is this going to help me with my goal? And it's so hard because for ages now, I've been like, let's just do me right here. And I start doing work. I start on my own company. And I have all these ideas for things I want to do. We'll have one for things I want to do around the house. Just like I love to plaster and paint my room. I would love to refinish the floor in my room. I love to put up raspberry bushes in my backyard. Then we have my jiu-jitsu goals. So we have all that stuff and moves I want to learn. Then we have my YouTube goals and my goals for the channel. And some of those, I have many pages in that document are just video ideas for me to do. And some of those video ideas cover everything from college to ADHD to talking about how I was making money on eBay. And we also have projects I would like to make. So some of that is I want to mount a pellet gun on a turret because I think it'd be cool and it would test my knowledge of Arduinos and motors. So I don't know, let's just do little Mr. Robot right here. And this is the reason I'm an engineer and not an artist, but give him little robot eyes and face. It looks more like a creeper, but from Minecraft. But we have all these other goals, and they all branch off. And for me, it's like I have so much stuff I want to do. But then you have to ask yourself, does this help with making money, the thing I defined? And me being me, I didn't want to just delete them permanently. So I saved my list as a PDF, all 30 pages of it. And then once I had it saved, so I can look back in like a year and see if there's anything else on the list and see if it sparks anything that I actually want to do now. But that's probably just an inability to fully let go. So but I had to go through it and I'm like, okay, what is my goal with YouTube? Well, my goal with YouTube is it's not really at the point where I can make money or generate revenue off it, but I'm still doing it anyways because it forces me to keep engaging and keep making content about consciousness, about levels of awareness, about productivity and like meditation, stuff that I really want to study more about. So when I challenge myself to put out a video every single day talking about this content, then I have to go through and I have to look at it and study new stuff to then have ideas to make videos about. But I went through and I X'd out the dumpster diving videos that I was going to make, talking about how I was doing on eBay. I X'd out the videos about ADHD, about college, about all this other stuff. And, hey Dad, I'm filming a video. And then I went through and I'm like, okay, well, the robot it's not going to make me money right now. Redoing the floors in my bathroom, my bedroom, painting it, isn't going to make me money right now. BJJ, there's a lot of things I want to do for it, but it's not going to make me money right now. But it does keep me sane, and I use it as my physical activity, my gym. So I was able to keep most of my stuff for that. But you kind of have to keep going through and religiously refer back to define what is your goal. This is the big, huge thing of what gets crossed off. And then you have to cross it off. If it doesn't fit that goal, you have to take it off. No matter if it's like something you wanted to do, and you're like, no, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to learn that second language eventually. It doesn't fit on to where your goal is. If your goal is to learn a second language, then you might want to cross off other stuff. But you have to define what your goal is and then cross it off. For me, I love chess. I love playing it. I'd love to put the time into a grandmaster. But I always question, due to the fact that I'm in my 20s, what is the payoff down the road? If I become, I'm going to butcher this so badly. That's my pawn. If I become a chess grandmaster right now and I spend the next 3 years studying it, how's that going to benefit me? Am I any closer to starting a family? Am I any closer to financial freedom? Am I any closer to any of these other goals, traveling, seeing the world more? And the thing is, it doesn't. And that makes me very sad. But it also liberates me and allows me to focus on what I want to be doing at the moment. And sadly, chess doesn't make it on that list. So it goes on a list of things I'm going to do once I have the financial freedom, once I have enough money to get everything else I want to get done. And yeah, when I'm 50 years old, I would love to start playing chess more and use that as a way to stay mentally sharp as I age. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you don't take care of your body now, and like there's this thing we do in society where we sacrifice our health, and let's just take this little dude. We're going to resize him, turn him sideways, put another little dude right here, and we're going to give this dude this other one's heart and make him kind of bleed out. Like, you sacrifice yourself for the all-powerful dollar. Again, not an artist. But you sacrifice yourself for money. And then once you make enough money, let's take this. Let's give me a second. Take that. We'll copy it. Paste it. Copy. Paste. Now I can do this indefinitely. But once you have enough money, you then try to buy back your heart and your health. So you're literally trading it and then trying to get it back, which is a horrible, horrible way to do it because you can never really get back the health. It's much easier now to grow a little bit slower, make a little bit less money, but maintain your health. Like, your health is your number one asset. Because if your health goes to crap, I would say your time is your number one asset, but if your health goes to crap, then guess what? You're dead. You don't have any more time. So you need to protect your health. So that's why I still do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But chess does not fit under that category. Neither does learning German. And no, that's Germany. Put a little D for Deutschland. So, ich spreche einfach Deutsch. I speak very simple, well, sehr einfach, but I speak simple German. I love to speak better German and practice it more. But it's a skill that I would have to maintain, and it would require about an hour of practice a week once I learn it to maintain that skill so that I can someday go to Germany and then I've already been to Germany, but sometimes live in the Alps for a year or two and speak it. In my head, that doesn't pay off. For you, you might want to learn the language, but for me, that's how I think about it. That's how I go about it. And then after you define and you eliminate, the next step is to automate. So, quick, easy example. Everyone has an email. Now, that's my Gmail logo for you. And when you get those spam folders, those advertisements from other companies, you could just drag them over and drop them in your trash bin. And that's going to probably take about 2 seconds. Or you could block the sender, and that equals about 10 seconds. But if you do that, you're never going to have to drag it over here. Because sometimes people just keep dragging it into the trash can. And after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times, guess what? Now you spent 22 seconds for one company instead of the 10 seconds that would have taken you just to put it in your spam folder. And you keep going over the 100 or so companies that constantly buy your email address or you've given your email address to, and eventually you're spending an hour a day sifting through your email. Instead, you can automate the process. You can also go look to see if you can use ChatGPT, use AI. For everyone out there, I think one of the best investments you can make is to spend the $20 on GPT-4, not only to use it, but because if you spend the money, you're going to try to be like, okay, how do I justify this? And you're going to be thinking about that constantly. So you're going to be constantly trying to apply ChatGPT to everything you're doing. And if you can save 1 hour a month using ChatGPT, guess what? It paid for itself. Now you just have to do that another month. For me, I save a bunch of time doing it. Image generation for the supplement stuff, advertising, website design, bouncing ideas off of it. I mean, I'll talk about this in a different video, but it's basically a better Google. It can scavenge through the published knowledge on the internet and give you what you're looking for 90% of the time. And if you ask it, if you ask it health questions, it's going to give you some mainstream stuff and it's not terribly good at it. But if you're wondering about human consciousness or how the Matrix is an analogy for actually awakening people and getting them out of the drudgery that is their digital addiction, it can give you some amazing stuff. If you want to know how, like, I don't know, man, just give it a shot. Like, even if you just have a PDF that's 100 pages long, you can give it to ChatGPT, and then you can ask it questions about the PDF. I do this with books I buy. I will find the PDFs of them, and then I'll give those PDFs to ChatGPT, and I'll ask it questions about the book that, or I want. If I know the information is somewhere in the book, but I don't know quite how to word it, so I can't use Control F to find it, I'll ask ChatGPT to pull out quotes that might apply to this area, and it will do it, and just saves you a lot of time. And if you can think about even how to apply it and how to put systems in place, it's such a valuable skill. It's one thing I love doing with engineering. So go through, give this whole mess a try. But remember, define, eliminate, and then automate. If you define and then automate, then you could be wasting your time. What if I set up an automation to make learning chess easier? Well, then I'm spending my time to automate something that doesn't even go back to my goals of what I want to be doing. So you really have to define, eliminate, then automate in that order. There is no skipping steps. And good luck.